Hi friends, I'm excited to announce that my blues album, Lost and Found, A Love Story, will be released on all the media platforms March 1st. We're talking Amazon, iTunes, YouTube, GoTo, Spotify, all those funny names. Physical CDs will also be available. So be watching wherever you buy your music, pick it up, and enjoy. On to the video. I'm breathing underwater, I'm weightless through space, I'm soaring like an eagle all over this place. Creatures most will never see are waiting there to look at me, and all I gotta do is breathe underwater. In accordance with the episode's title, Admiral Nelson is in his cabin opening some sealed orders.
This is Nelson. Ask Captain Crane to come to my cabin.
Aye, sir.
Judging by his reaction, he's gotten preferable orders.
Mr. Morton, there's something you should know about.
What is it?
We're getting a red light on the ECS port. Now, what's wrong with our environmental control system?
I'm not sure, sir. The problem seems to be in the missile room.
Could be a radiation leak, sir. Better check it out and report to me in person.
If it is a radiation leak, Admiral Nelson has a fair idea where it's coming from.
Whatever I tell you now is not to be repeated outside this cabin. Right?
I understand.
You have any idea what we're carrying in missile silo number 4?
All I know is a top-level crew installed something there just before we sailed.
That's all I knew until now. It's a live warhead, a neutron bomb.
A neutron bomb.
The general, overall, oversimplified idea behind a neutron bomb was the ability to kill all the people in a city but do minimal damage to the buildings and infrastructure. I don't understand all of it because I'm not a nuclear physicist, but in a normal thermonuclear blast, what we colloquially call a hydrogen bomb, most of the neutrons from the reaction are absorbed by other parts of the material. With a neutron bomb, that doesn't happen. All the neutrons are allowed to escape and irradiate everything within the radius of the blast. It's still a hydrogen bomb, but you can dial the size of the blast way down and let the radiation do the dirty work. After it does, the neutron radiation dissipates fairly quickly so people can move back in, at least the ones who are still standing. These things were a huge bugaboo in the 60s, and they're still around as far as I know, but so far nobody's been stupid enough to use them. Their orders are to deliver it to a certain atoll, and they have a very limited time to get there. The president apparently thinks the Seaview has superchargers, but they'll do their best.
It's a radiation leak. I'm inside.
Let's have a look. Hey, it's sealed.
Sealed.
Maybe I can pry it open.
Those things aren't normally sealed, so there may be a reason for it. Perhaps someone should ask what it is.
I don't like that sound. Me either. Mr. Morton, emergency, missile room. Skipper, this is Morton.
He's here with me, Chip. Go ahead.
We've got a radiation leak in the missile room. One of our missiles is going wild. The one in silo 4.
Guess which one that is. Because if it was one of their regular nuclear missiles, we wouldn't need to introduce the neutron one. Irwin occasionally gives us some extraneous stuff, but not the one thing to rule them all. The freeze frame is something new. I'm not sure why the change, but there it is. In the missile room, Sharkey and Kowalski are getting a minor reaming.
What happened here?
Radiation leak, sir. When I tried to open the inspection door,
This inspection door is sealed, which obviously means it's not to be tampered with.
sealed? Why, sir?
A lot of questions I know about this new weaponry, but very few answers. Kowalski, do you think that you could bring the counter over here?
If it's sealed, you can assume there's a reason for it, and it's not so you can show off your muscles prying it open.
Where is that specialist from the Pentagon?
I haven't seen him since we sailed. Chip.
Neither have I.
This is Nelson. Will the Department of Defense specialist come to the missile room? Acknowledge. Department of Defense specialist to the missile room. Acknowledge.
A thorough search of the boat indicates that he's just not here. His bags are in his room and he isn't. He's disappeared. We'll never actually see him. Hey, it beats paying a guest star to appear for 4 seconds. They don't believe it. All the stuff they've been through, and they don't believe someone can disappear while a radiation leak is happening. Not big on learning from experience, are they?
What's your name, sir?
Jackson, sir.
Aye, Jackson, report to the control room. Tell Captain Crane to join the search party.
Aye, sir.
Jackson is close. His actual name is Jackie Baseheart, and this is his first television appearance. You can figure out the rest from his name. He was 16 when he did this bit part, gosh, I wonder how he got the job, and went on to a steady career in movies and TV, especially in Italy. Unfortunately, he only lived to be 64. A rare degenerative disease of the brain took him away gradually. I can't imagine what his family went through. Right now, I suspect Admiral Nelson is rather proud of the way his son delivered those lines. All 5 words of them. Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
Circuitry room. Circuitry room, report.
What's wrong down there? Where's the circuitry room crew?
Somebody's got to be down there.
Let's go.
More to the point, who's messing with it now, and why aren't we keeping the door locked? I don't see anything wrong. It's doing what it always does. The crew that's supposed to be here apparently went to hunt the specialist guy, and now they're all lost somewhere.
Course correction. Helmsman 5 degrees right rudder. Helmsman 1, I give it Wait a minute.
They were there when he went by, he saw them and so did we, and now we don't. It's a bit more of a crisis for him than it is for us. He'll make the course correction himself since the mission is top priority, then he'll wonder if he's going off his nut.
Either I've blown my stack or the whole control room crew's gone AWOL.
It seems to be the new trend today. Everybody's doing it.
Come on, you guys, on the ball. We got a lot of ground to cover. I said, come on. All right, you guys, come on.
You guys, I mean, those guys aren't there. They've vanished like almost everybody else.
Skipper, this is Kowalski. Skipper, do you read me?
What is it, Kowalski?
Skipper, you're gonna find this hard to believe, but I lost a search party. Tell him what we've lost.
Now look, Kowalski, exactly what happened?
I like Chip's idea better. Let him know he's either not crazy or no crazier than the rest of us.
Well, I'm not sure, sir. They were following me down a corridor, and I went around the bend with them right behind me, but they never came around that bend. I turned back to look, and
Now go on. Kowalski. Kowalski, do you hear me?
Never mind. We're down to Nelson, Crane, Morton, and Sharkey.
Captain, I'd like permission to go over the ship from top to bottom. If there's a single guy goofing off someplace, I'll find him.
Might be a good idea.
Very well, Chief. Now keep in close touch with the control room. Let me know what you find, all right?
Oh, yes.
While he's doing that, Nelson and Crane are in the missile room trying to figure out what to do. After the little butt chewing he gave Kowalski and Sharkey, Admiral Nelson has decided he might have to break that seal. They'll expect your apology in writing, Admiral.
There's still one thing we can do. Fire the missile into the sea. Or up into the stratosphere. It'll explode safely.
No, we can't. Come over here.
It's on failsafe.
The missile can be fired when the president presses the button, and not until then.
They're literally left with nothing they can do except say their goodbyes to each other. And they didn't even get to say goodbye to Kowalski. Chief Sharkey may have found something. There's music coming from the crew's quarters. You can't beat 60s fake rock created by old stiffs who think they know what the youngsters like, can you? At this time I was 14 and well into rock music. I had my electric guitar, I hadn't broken my hand yet, and I wanted to play all of it. And along with my friends who loved the same music, we laughed at these lame attempts to connect with us. Shell out the money to license a Rolling Stones song, Irwin. Yeah, it'll take the whole week's budget. Worth it.
Man, that's hot. Hot. We're all hot. Okay. Some of you guys are here. Now come out here where I can see you. You hear me? Come out!
The hot coffee suggests they were just sitting down when they vanished. The chief doesn't like it when guys vanish. He's gonna find them.
Come on out! Come out! Come on out! Come on! Get it!
If there's anybody hiding in that pillow, he'll find them.
We're holding our course at least.
some comfort.
If anything happens to our automatic equipment, we're dead.
You had to open your mouth.
Obstacle dead ahead.
They close the shield, brace for collision, and nothing. There's nothing there.
Chief, I need your help. Come to the missile room on the double. Sharkey, can you hear me? Chief, this is important. Answer.
Admiral, this is Crane. I'm in the control room.
This is Chief William.
No, Chip and I are here alone.
Well, where the devil is Sharkey?
Well, he's still searching the ship for those missing men.
I need him here. I've decided to break the seal on the inspection door, and we're running out of time.
I'll come down and give you a hand.
All right, but hurry.
Along the way, he discovers the trashed crew quarters, but can't find the chief.
Admiral, the chief disappeared too.
Are you sure?
I can't find him any more than I can find the others. And I just passed the crew's quarters. There's been a fight in there.
It wasn't serious. Chief Sharkey misunderstood what a pillow fight is.
What could have happened to him?
I don't know. And I've stopped believing in what I see. Chip and I just spotted some kind of a nightmarish thing through the nose windows, and it turned out not to be there at all.
If only we had time to think, time to track this thing down. Now, give me a hand with the crowbar.
In the control room, their visitor is back.
Skipper, it's starting to happen again, the same thing.
I'll get it. Go ahead, Chip. What do you see?
That is the answer.
Chip, what do you see?
Not much, including Chip. When the captain left for the missile room, Chip said there was nothing to do here but try not to disappear. He didn't succeed. Captain Crane will head back to the control room to keep an eye on the automatic guidance equipment. Hello, Dawson Palmer. We're very familiar with him. He was Irwin Allen's favorite monster. He's also worn that suit before, I believe, on this show. Is this supposed to be a flashback from the captain's acid days? Because it's not really there. Nelson has gotten the casing open and needs Crane's help. Crane isn't answering, and he's not anywhere nearby. It's almost as if someone is trying to find a way to communicate with him. Redundant dance music doesn't tell him much. In the control room, the weirdness continues. The computer starts doing something, the periscope goes up by itself, none of it tells him anything. Whatever is doing this should forget all the tech stuff and write a note. This is no time to be playing Pac-Man. The sub and its one occupant are in serious danger. He hears sounds coming from the flying sub, grabs a Colt, and heads down to see who it is. Now imagine if that had been Captain Crane or a crewman. Let's go over this one more time. The sequence is not shoot, look, say oh crap. The sequence is look, identify, then shoot if necessary. If not necessary, look, identify, don't shoot. There's nobody here, though I wonder who hung that wetsuit up there. He won't bother to ask. He has a hallucination about Captain Crane and decides to head back up to the missile room while he still may have 2 or 3 acorns left in his tree.
Where were you? Why didn't you answer the intercom?
Two or three may have been a little optimistic.
Admiral Nelson? Admiral Nelson? Admiral Nelson?
Kowalski.
Yes, sir. Are you badly hurt?
No, I'm not hurt at all.
Are you sure you're okay, sir?
How did I get out in this corridor?
I don't know, sir. I just found you lying here on the deck.
By the way, it's good to see you. Where were you? Never mind. Let's go see who else we can find. Come on.
I'm glad to see you. What is this? A dream or some kind of nightmare or something?
I wish it were as easily explained as that.
What happened here?
We thought maybe you could tell us.
I don't know. I don't seem to be able to remember.
From where I'm sitting, that's a good thing. He doesn't need to remember that.
Sir, what's wrong with me?
We all seem to be on the same kind of fix, Chief. There's some kind of strange force here.
This is the exec in the control room. Can anyone on the ship hear my voice? If you can, answer immediately.
It's Chip.
And he sounds a little upset. Think maybe you should answer him?
Can anybody in the ship hear my voice? This is the exec in the control room.
Chip, I hear you.
Admiral, where are you?
At the crew's quarter. I found Chief and Kowalski. They're here with me.
Oh, where were they? What happened to them?
That's the same question they've been asking me.
Chip has some danger indicators that he thinks may have something to do with that runaway missile.
All right. I'll come up and check it out. Hang on.
All right, sir.
When I worked as a stagehand at UOP, I spent a lot of time in green rooms. Nobody I knew ever took it that literally.
It felt like I was walking in a dream.
Yeah.
They'll have to figure it out later. They're running short on time. Hey, Kowalski, after you punch him, you are allowed to go like this and even duck. Try one or both sometime. They all keep trying to trade punches with him, and it's not working. He's berserk, and he's going after the chief with murder in his eye. This is a cool fight, and it goes on for a good long time, though I did get a little frustrated that the guy's trying the same things over and over and expecting different results.
It's you.
See? Different method, different result. It only took something like each of them getting punched in the face 3 times to figure that out.
Let him up.
I didn't know who it was, I swear.
Well, obviously. Who did you think we were?
Not who, what? It was terrible, nightmarish. I must have gone completely out of my mind.
You seem to have a lot of company.
In the control room, Chip is just as confused as the rest of them.
What is it, Jim?
Warning system light.
Everything looks normal to me.
Well, that's just it. Before I called you, sir, I was getting a definite alert signal. Right after that, it disappeared. That's only part of what's been happening. I don't know how to say it, but I think I'm going over the deep end.
Oh, one way or another, it's happening to all of us, Chip.
If it's any consolation, we're all crazy. Let's have a tea party.
There's just no explaining it.
I'm not so sure. I think I could take a pretty good stab at explaining it.
Excuse me, Admiral. Well, how could a whole crew disappear?
They couldn't, Chief, obviously.
This is way too detailed, Admiral. Be more vague.
Yes, but they did.
All you have to do is look around the controls, sir. If they aren't here, where are they?
Now, wait a minute. I think I know what you mean. We're seeing things that aren't really here.
It's a good thing Captain Crane understands Nelsonese.
And maybe that neutron bomb isn't even down there in the missile room.
Yeah, I think that's the root of all of our problems. See, our trouble started when we detected a radiation leak. Now, I'm sure that this leak teaches some kind of undetectable gas that has a psychedelic effect on the mind.
That's a good possibility, but that means the crew was really still there even though we can't see them. So why aren't we bumping into them? Psychedelic gas doesn't make matter disappear.
There it is again, the warning light.
Missile room, Silo 4. The warhead is definitely going to blow.
How much time do we have?
About 2 minutes.
Just enough time to make peace with your maker.
There must be a way to get rid of that missile, fail-safe or no fail-safe.
Admiral, look.
It's activated. We can fire.
It's this time.
Back to the missile room, insert the Admiral's key, push the button, big kaboom. I guess they won't be delivering it to that atoll. That happens when you make them transport a broken missile.
Well done from Washington. Seems our mission was successful despite the malfunction. We reached the proper coordinates and the missile exploded safely.
Well, that's nice to know. Now, if they could only tell us what happened aboard Seaview.
Well, they can. And they did.
Oh?
They were monitoring us by telemetry. They didn't know about the mass hallucination aboard, but they did spot the malfunction. That's why the president released the failsafe and allowed us to fire the missile before it exploded aboard.
Pardon me, but that explains nothing. Captain Crane didn't mean explain why they could fire the blasted thing. He meant what exactly came from that thing that was messing with their heads. But as we know, Nelson is terrible at explaining things, even when he's trying to read them to you. Wow. This was fun. This is a pure suspense episode. We have long stretches of things like searching empty corridors, and it all works. More than once, we pan across the empty control room, and we don't mind because we're seeing their point of view. When Captain Crane sees the place, what do we think he's going to do? When Nelson and Crane are running to the missile room to hit the fire button, the green filter goes on again and they operate the equipment in slow motion, and again it works. We were set up to expect it at crucial moments, so it feels natural. I'm pretty sure the explosion was a real one, though I suspect the sound was added. And a neutron bomb explosion does look just like a hydrogen bomb explosion, so it was close enough to feel authentic. One IMDb review called this a low-budget episode. So what? For us discerning viewers, it doesn't have to be expensive. Just good. All I gotta do is breathe underwater. Breathe underwater. Breathe underwater. What we colloquially, in a normal thermonuclear blast, man, I'm really giving myself some doozy words here. What we colloquially, man, I can say that word. Try it one more time, and then I might have to change the word. Irving, who? And there's still a that's what? Still a part of what happened there? Means I have to say colloquially again.